Hi, thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to interview the Executive Director of HCC, which is the Haitian Council Center. Today we're going to interview Dr. Peck. Thank you, Dr. Peck, for being here with us today.
Thank you.
So this month, as you know, is Men's Mental Health Month. And in that, we just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about mental health surrounding Black men, or just men in general in the community. What does mental health mean to you as a man?
So, as a man, I'm glad you asked this question because, as you know, men usually are the last to go and seek help for any kind of help. It can be physical help, it can be mental health, you name it. It probably comes up from the understanding that we are strong, although we are being brought up not to cry, not to ask for always to be strong. So that's probably where that comes from. So as far as I'm concerned, being I would say very well informed about what mental health is, and also understanding also the fact that mental health is also part of health. Yeah. Because sometimes we have a tendency to make a distinction. So I'm very well informed of the importance of mental health and also when to seek help as well, because we are here and we know ourselves. Yeah. And very often, you go and ask for help. You may not feel comfortable to ask for it. No one, I think, is comfortable to show their weaknesses. Particularly males, and it comes to a time where it's important sometimes that when you need support and help to put you back on track. So I do really understand the importance of mental health. Yes. And also to try spreading that information to our fellow men. Great. So they can know that of course it's part of health. You're not weak because you're asking for help.
Oh, so powerful. Growing up, what messages did you receive about emotions as a child?
Oh, I'm from a big family of 6. I have 5 sisters. They were older than me. I was the only boy in the family. And my father was a very, I would say, kind of a type of a disciplinarian type. And the type of old school, like you're a man, there are certain things you cannot do. This type, that's the type of, I would say, upbringing I had with him. Yes. So basically, as being raised in Haiti, so it was actually, I would say, multiplied by 10, if you can put that, in terms of the way I was raised, not showing weakness, not crying, all those type of things. So all these things have come out with that, the way I was brought up, coming from the Caribbean. I actually, even going to medical school, that was actually very late. While I was in medical school, I started to kind of open up a little bit more as far as showing my weaknesses, because this is not something that was actually kind of accepted in a way. And having my sisters also, they would be kind of reinforcing that. There were things that my father used to say, okay, the girls can do that, you cannot do that yourself because you're a man. You're going to carry the name of the, those type of things that, so you grow up with those things being reinforced also by the society also as a whole, thinking the same way. So it was not really easy in terms of understanding really mental health and to accept it. Even some colleagues that I also had in medical faculty, even though we went to medical school. So those men that I know never express any type of weakness in front of everybody. It was something like something very secret. So now that we know much better, so we know to ask for help. And as I was saying earlier, mental health is also part of health.
It really is.
Exactly.
It really is.
So if you have one piece, you don't have the other piece, it's not complete.
Yeah, we have to support everything, right? The mind, the body, the spirit, everything comes together, right?
Exactly.
How do you personally manage your stress and maintain your well-being?
So what I do, I am growing up. I've been raised in a religious setting, so I've always going to go to church. Up to today, I always go to church every Sunday. So even though I question a lot of things, but it has always been a type of comfort for me to know, just having to know that there is something behind what I can do. So managing stress the way I always approach it, I cannot only do what I can do as a person. So I just basically leave it to the rest of the universe, to God, to and also all the things I do in the morning before starting my day. I start with some kind of affirmation, and I'm basically telling myself I can only do what I can do for the day. So there is always another day.
That's right.
So I kind of like focus on that, and basically do my best. And having dealing with stress. Also have my wife. My wife is actually my best friend. So we talk a lot about different things, and there is no limit in terms of what we talk about. And also my sisters, also they are very strong, and I always know that I have a very good surrounding of people that I know who love me, that I love also, that I can also rely on them, because as you know, through the day things are going to happen, one way or another, another way, things that you don't expect. Those things are going to take place, but also knowing that you're not alone, and there is so much you can do. You can only do your best, and try to go on with your journey or whatever things that you have to do.
I have one more question for you. How can family, friends, and even HCC continue to support men with mental health?
So it's putting the word out and having like one person teaching another person, bringing up, because as you know, that comes from many years of being the way we are as men. So men don't like to come in groups in those. So we have to find other ways to bring them on board. So waiting for their calls, also recognizing also signs of distress, also because body language means a lot, because very often people will not tell you something, but you can read that on their face, on their expression. So if they're people that or people you are close to, you can say, "What's up, man? So what's going on?"
Non-verbals are so important.
Exactly. Try to find ways, and also to be true to people. You have to establish that trust. Also, people don't come to you like that. You have to establish that previous trust, knowing that you have been with them before. So if you are coming through that compassion sense and approaching them, so they know you're coming from a good place.
Beautiful. So with that, we will end and just say here at ACC, we believe that we all just have to take a moment to just pause and reflect and know that it's okay to say, "I'm not okay." Thank you for joining us.